So Nicole just found a picture that took her breath away.
I did. It is a picture of Helen Mirren, the 62-year-old actress, an Oscar-winning actress, and she looks great. She's in a bikini. I was wondering if we could get a close-up shot because, I mean, she really looks great. No. And they're telling us no and to get on to weather, unfortunately. But, I mean, look at her. She looks awesome.
She does look amazing.
Well, it's page 28 on the Sun-Times, in case you're wondering.
And it's her in a bikini, so bikini weather seems very appropriate on a day like today, right, Andy?
If you're headed out this morning, just mild and muggy conditions under partly cloudy skies. Another steamer is on the way. So let's show you what's happening this morning. Thursday already as the week flies by. We do have partly to mostly cloudy skies as we start our day. And some of the clouds are a byproduct of those dying thunderstorm complexes. But as we look down Michigan Avenue, high and dry. All right, let's talk temperatures, give you a sample of what's happening this morning. Way up north of McHenry, this is one of the coolest locations I could find. And even now, it's 69 degrees there. A dew point of 66, a gentle west wind, and humidity at 86%. Well, let's jump to air quality for a moment. We do have some moderate air quality today, so that's a yellow day. If you'd like to know more, just go to our website at NBC5.com. Find out how you can become a partner in clean air and possibly win a new Toyota Prius. Well, the overnight low so far at O'Hare has been 71, well above the average of 64, heading for an afternoon high of 92, above the average of 84, but still well off the record, and your sunrise at 5:31 this morning. Well, as you head out the door, temperatures through all of Chicagoland are in the low to mid 70s. Downtown is still missing. The last observation there was 77 degrees, so it is a mild and muggy start. Area-wide temperatures throughout the region, you can see 70s predominate from Chicago back to Des Moines, from St. Louis to Wichita. A little cooler to the north and to the east of us where the clouds and thunderstorms have been taking place. As we look at high temperatures for today, you'll see it's going to be steamy once again. Highs cracking the upper 80s to low 90s here, and with dew points still well in the mid to upper 60s, it's going to be another juicy day. And again, the threat of thunderstorms will stay mainly to the north and west of us, but again, there were those strong complex of severe storms yesterday in central and southern Wisconsin. Some of those storms just clipped the far northern portions of the metro area, then moved eastward over into Michigan. And so you see another cluster of storms here. Most of these will traverse from west to east, and the threat of strong to severe storms will remain to the north and west of us, where you see the slight risk area here. That doesn't mean we don't have an outside chance of an isolated storm here again today, but by and large, just like yesterday, expect most of the day to be dry. And you look at the national satellite picture, you can see that it's a big area of high pressure to the south and east, and the circulation around that high pumping in the heat and humidity here for at least 2 more days. So partly cloudy, mild and muggy this morning. Temperatures are in the 70s. Ultimately, we'll thin out the clouds for a little more sunshine. We'll climb into the 80s late this morning. This afternoon, partly sunny, breezy, hot and humid. We'll be in the upper 80s to low 90s. It'll feel more like it's in the mid 90s when you factor in the humidity. And then again tonight, fair skies, mild and muggy once again. We'll fall off in the low to mid 70s. And then tomorrow, we'll still be right around 90 for an afternoon high. Still humid. A chance of a few isolated storms by the evening hours. And then Saturday, Sunday and Monday, still warm and humid, but temperatures more typical for this time of year, and there will be at least the threat of scattered showers and thunderstorms from Saturday through Monday. That's the forecast.
Thank you so much, Andy. If you're just joining us this morning, here's a look at what's happening.
We are following an urgent situation in suburban Cicero. A young mom is murdered, and her 11-month-old baby and husband are missing. Neighbors found the 21-year-old woman in her home yesterday, and police are considering her husband a person of interest.
The governor has proposed sending state troopers to patrol Chicago's streets in the midst of recent murder spree. He is also throwing in National Guard helicopters for patrols. The mayor might disagree with the idea, fearing it might make the city look bad for its Olympic bid.
And Brookfield Zoo authorities believe a power fluctuation triggered the deaths of 16 stingrays. The tank jumped from 70 to 90 degrees. That's just way too hot for the rays. The zoo has reworked its life support system, so hopefully another tragedy won't happen again. 4:47, and turning to sports this morning, more on the All-Star Game plus outdoor hockey in Chicago.
Bruce Wolf has all the details in your Sunrise Sports.
It was a fitting finale for Yankee Stadium, which will be torn down. Well, you didn't see the end of one of the greatest All-Star games ever, but then did you see any of the other great moments in Yankee Stadium history? You didn't see Don Larson's perfect game, even if you were alive in 1956, because the game was played in the afternoon and maybe he had a transistor radio at school or work. The game the other night was so long, Brett Favre changed his mind 3 times during it about showing up at Packer camp. The Midsummer Classic threatened to bump into the Fall Classic. Carlos Zambrano pitching so he could pitch Game 1 of the World Series at Wrigley Field, and he struck out A-Rod. Madonna hasn't taught A-Rod how to apply Kabbalah to a fastball. See, having a little fun with Manny Ramirez. Didn't know Carlos had the eephus pitch in his repertoire. Aram sure wound up liking it right there, yeah. Hey, home field in the World Series was on the line, Carlos, and you're having fun?
Was a little bit of a curveball, and you know, was trying to set it up with the curveball in the first pitch, and you know, it was a little too much inside.
I obviously call for a slider, and you know, some runner can get creative out there in the mound, and you know, I sometimes I get off about that.
And just in case you missed it, again, here's how the game ended. In the 15th inning, Michael Young with the fly ball to right, and Corey Hart with the throw. Justin Morneau just in time at 1:37 in the Morneau New York time. Both teams had just about run out of players. We could have had another tie debacle. But did Jeannie Zelasco do the journalism thing and ask Bud Selig about it during the MVP ceremony? Well, no. But she was kissed by the car company guy. Guess a tie is like kissing your sportscaster. Pretty good. A really great game. Joe Crede, the Sox will host the first game of the World Series against the Cubs.
It would be great if it was for us, and you know, we do have a great opportunity in Chicago to be able to get there, you know, with the team that we have, and you know, the biggest thing is for us is to get off to a hot start in the second half, so it'll ride us, you know, throughout September.
All right, it's official. The Blackhawks will play the Red Wings at noon on New Year's Day at Wrigley Field, exactly 12 hours after you ring in the new year. They should have started the game at the stroke of midnight. Besides, I think ice time is cheaper at most rinks that late at night. This is kind of what it'll look like. They had a game in Buffalo this year, so you've got the 12 hours after you ring in the new year to get your game face on and your false teeth in for the game. But please, I don't want that loud horn going off on goals. 12 hours after my New Year's reveling is not enough for that. Well, who am I kidding? I'm in bed by 10 New Year's Eve. And that's a look at the sports.
Thanks, Bruce. Do you find yourself up looking for Cubs highlights at 3 in the morning?
I do.
If so, you might be in luck. A new TV channel dedicated to Northsiders is in the works. The All Cubs station reportedly hopes to entice potential buyers of the team. So far, no other details have been released. Opening bids for the team are due tomorrow.
It's pretty interesting. Well, still ahead this half hour, NASA meets urine.
Yes. Also ahead, we'll explain all of that and the reason why this dirt is kept in a secret location and brought out for very special occasions every year. NBC5 gets dirty right after the break.